Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Houston Sports Talk back into the video today, and today the Dallas Mavericks have signed Daniel Gafford to a 3-year, $60 million extension, and this was a surprising move, at least for me. Daniel Gafford was reported about a couple weeks ago that Daniel Gafford wanted to be paid like a starting center. I don't know if that's something he will remain. I feel like paying a guy $20 million a year at the center position, most likely he will be the center next to Anthony Davis, but very well you could see Derek Lively take over that starting role with how good he has played in his first 2 seasons of his career. You would think eventually Lively would take on that full-time spot, but Gafford started in 31 of 57 games this year, and he started in 21 of 29 games last year after he got traded to Dallas. But he's been a big part of this team in the last 2 years, even though they've had Lively and then had Anthony Davis for a part of this season as well. But Dallas has this really big team with 3 big men like Gafford, Lively, and AD, soon to add in Cooper Flagg this week on Wednesday when the first pick will be announced. So, I would, like I said, I would imagine Gafford would be the, most time starting center for Dallas if he's making $20 million a season. But it's not like you haven't seen someone before, make that kind of money and comes off the bench. Players are making more money nowadays. So, but yeah, Gafford this season averaged 12 points per game, 7 rebounds per game. He played really well after getting traded there, shot 78% from the floor last year after the trade from Washington to Dallas. So I like this extension for them. Was a little surprising. I'd imagine if, from moving on board now in the offseason for Dallas, if they're going to make any trades, seems like they might be interested in making a trade for a point guard. Who knows? But if it seems like they make a trade this offseason for a point guard, that Gafford wouldn't be involved. Maybe PJ Washington would be involved. Just recently Dwight Powell opted into his player option, so he's a trade piece that Dallas has now. There are other trade pieces that they have, but I feel like maybe the best position for them right now, at the point guard position, if they're going to add in someone right now that is, that is going to come in and be the point guard for the first couple months of the season while Kyrie's out, I believe is Chris Paul. Because there was a report today that Dallas is looking for a future Hall of Famer at the point guard position, and really one of the only guys that fits that. In that, fits right there, that is going to, as a guy that's going to be the starting point guard for 2 months and then move to the backup point guard. I think the only guy that fits in that category as future Hall of Famers, Chris Paul. So they might not need to trade for a point guard. They might just sign Chris Paul. Other guys they've been linked to Brogdon. He's not a future Hall of Famer, but he is a free agent point guard. There are other good free agent point guards out there that could be the starter for two months of the season, and then transition to the backup once Kyrie comes back. Let me know your thoughts on the extension for the Mavs in the comment section, and peace out.